Good morning. Welcome to our day four, part four of our um, 2017 Badass Success Planning Sessions. Holy smokes. A little bit of music to get us started. We're going to give everybody a minute to get on the page and join us. And you know what? With this planning sessions and with our challenge coming up next week, you will be on Facebook Easy Street. How about that? How about that for a tie-in? I hadn't planned that one. All right, let me put this down so that I don't wobble all over the place. All right, so how are you doing today? Welcome. Please join me. I got to just open up my planner. I had a crazy morning, and so not as prepared as usual. Just bear with me. Got some good music. I see a couple people here. Who's here? Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Yes. Hang on one second. Who's here? Let me know. I'd love to say hi to you and see how you're doing. Hi, Cindy. Glad to have you with us. Awesome. How you doing today? See if I can get my planner to open. Got a new version of it. I'll be sending it out today to anybody who has opted in for it. I'll send out, if you've opted in for the challenge starting on Monday, you get the planner as a bonus. The planner will set you up for success for the year. And I'm going to send out a new version of that tonight to everyone. All right. And then you'll be on Easy Street. All right. All right. Good to see you, Cindy. You're getting motivated. I'm glad to hear it. So we are in part 4, which is the daily plan. The daily plan. And this is not your to-do list. So let's just have a quick review. More people will be joining us. That'll be fine. They can join us when they get here. And of course, this recording is going to be available on my page now for the rest. It's going to stay there. I'm also going to send this out to my email list. I've been posting it on my website, socialmediaminder.com, so you can always see it there. And it's on my YouTube channel as well, so you can also see it there. Lots of places. So we started by focusing on how did we want to feel in 2017. Because I don't know about you, but there's been many times in my life when I have been plodding along, moving along towards what I thought was my goals, to what I thought I wanted. And after a while, I would find myself not really being satisfied or content, or feeling dissatisfied and discontent, and really having to sit down and think about it. And the reason was because I hadn't been paying attention to what I wanted to feel. Now, a lot of people just say, what do you want? What are your goals? That's great. But for me, and I think for a lot of people, it comes back down to the feeling. At the end of the day, how do you want to feel? At the end of the year, how do you want to feel about what you've done? And where you're going and what you're doing and what you're planning and what you're achieving. How do you want to feel about that? Do you want to feel happy and content and fulfilled? I think we all do. We don't want to end up at the end of the day feeling exhausted and drained and unrewarded and unappreciated and resentful. And a lot of us end up feeling that way when we don't make our plans and our goals in the right path. So this is intended to help you set your goals in a way that when you get to the end, when you get to the goal, you will feel the way you wanted to because you were focused on that right from the beginning. And that guided you in making decisions every day, every minute of every day, that kept in mind where you wanted to be, not just the physical presence, but how you wanted to feel inside, so that when an offer came up that sounded really good or that you were feeling really excited about in the moment, you could evaluate it and help and get the information you needed to decide if it would move you closer to where you wanted to be and if it would add to the positive feelings that you got at the end of doing that thing. So we focused on feelings in 4 quadrants of our lives: personal life, our business work life, our health and fitness life, and your wealth. So those are the quadrants that we checked out. Now I'm just going to go to my page and double check that this is working, because I just got a weird message on my phone. So just bear with me 1 second here. I just want to make sure we're still going live. Let me see. Yeah, it's still going. Okay. All right. Just a momentary glitch there. So let me know when you pop in that you're here. Say hi, say good morning. So we focused on those 4 quadrants and thought about really clearly how did we want to feel. Hey, Michelle. Awesome. You're here from Halifax. Thank you for letting me know that it's working. I got a weird message on my phone that the video had been uploaded, and when I went to my page, it looked like it was completed. So just took a moment. Facebook's been really buggy, like more than normal lately. So thanks for letting me know, Michelle, and welcome. Glad you're here with us today, all the way from Halifax. All right. So, and then after we knew how we wanted to feel in those 4 quadrants, then we had to really sit down and figure out, what do I want more of that makes me feel that way? What do I want less of that doesn't make me feel that way? So we had to really sit down and think about, what do we want more of? What do we want less of? And write those down. That gives you the clarity, right? If you know that you want to feel fit in your physical life, then maybe you need to have less chips, or less wine, or less McDonald's, or more exercise, right? And that helps you then, if you're really clear that more of this helps me get here, then you're going to make that decision when you're presented with an opportunity based on, is that more of what I need to get there, or is it less that's going to stop me from getting there? All right. So then after we did the more and less, we did the goal planning, which was, we talked quite a bit yesterday about the tiers of goals, small, medium, and large, and how to set goals up for success, for you to feel successful. Every day that I wake up and I express gratitude for waking up. And that I consider a success, that I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke in the middle of the night and die. And, sad, gloomy, kind of depressing topic. Who wants to think about that? Don't want to. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, for sure. But it is a possibility. It's a realm of possibility in our lives. So every day when I wake up, I say, oh, I started the day as a success because I woke up. And then I express gratitude for waking up. And so, recognizing all those little wins during the course of the day pile up and add up to be the big ones that we want to count at the end of the day. And so the goal planner is really to help you to get clear on that, and to help you make sure that your goal is going to be part of what is going to get you to where you want to feel. So there's that question in there. So we talked about that. And then, of course, there was the monthly, more like a task list that allowed you to say, in January, here's my goal, here's my business goal, here's my health goal, here's my wealth goal, and what are the steps I'm going to take to get to that. So if your health goal is whatever, your steps are going to be, go to the gym more often, walk more often, stand up and stretch every hour. If your wealth goal was to make, $15,000, then what do you have to do that? What are you going to offer to sell? How many clients are you going to have to get in? How many sales are you going to have to make? Excuse me. And I separate business from wealth because you can have a thriving business without having wealth. And I think we want to have our businesses create wealth. So let's focus on our business steps that move us to wealth, but they're hand in hand, but they aren't the same thing. So, your business goals may be that you want to work less, but then is that in alignment with the goal that you want to make for your wealth? So we want to make sure that we're looking at those two things as partners that go hand in hand, but aren't the same exactly. And so we had that for each month there is a space for you to jot this down. And it's not your huge task list. We don't want to write down, we all have a task list as long as your arm every day. So we don't necessarily want that here. And now we're going to go to the daily planner. And this has come from me from reading a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. And I don't know if you know him. He started the Keller Williams real estate agency with somebody named Williams, obviously, and very successful. But the book is really interesting because he talked about the bigger his business got, the more there was to do, the more he was running around, the more tasks there were to do every day. And he ended up burning out and really feeling like, he was just overwhelmed. There was just too much to do. And when he really got focused on what was the one thing that mattered, then he was able to use that as a deciding factor. So for him, customer service was part of the experience, right? The unique customer experience that he wanted to make sure that all of his clients had. So then if that was his focus, then it was easy to decide every day if those tasks moved him closer to fulfilling that goal. So this daily planner, this is something you print out and use every day, or you fill out on your computer every day, okay? Now, it may stay, the goals are going to stay the same. Our steps towards the goals are going to adjust and edit as we complete things. But then you have a visual to go back to, in 6 months, if you go, well, I didn't get anywhere, you can go back to the beginning and see where you started. And, I learned probably in the first year of my business, I remember spending a lot of time, and I mean, it was a dark time for sure in my family's life. I was trying to recover from a pretty bad 14-year marriage that was incredibly emotionally, psychologically, and financially abusive. And of course, my story. He walked away from the marriage and from the family and left me alone holding the bag. So, I was personally trying to recover. My kids were trying to recover from being abandoned by their father, losing their family home, losing their aunt and their uncle. And I would spend a lot of time during the day comparing myself to other people that I saw doing things. And, they would be doing things that I couldn't go out and do. I couldn't network every day. I had to pay for a babysitter every time I went out. Money was tight. I was just building a business. I didn't have a clue how to build a business. Didn't have a clue how to do anything. And what I wasn't focused on was the one big ultimate goal. So I was like a lot of entrepreneurs. Every shiny object, I went, oh, that, I want to speak more. But then I'd make speaking engagements, I'd get speaking opportunities, I'd book them. And then I'd go, oh crap, now I need to have a babysitter. And so am I going to go and speak and I'm not getting paid and I can't sell anything. So I'm out of pocket. And maybe there's relationships, but every decision I made didn't always move me closer. And I remember looking back and going, feeling like I wasn't moving anywhere, like I wasn't accomplishing anything. I wasn't getting anywhere in my business, in my personal life. I was so stuck in the minutia every day and comparing myself to others. And I remember looking back, I'm going to say it was probably 2 years after, I started my business and everything happened. And I looked back then and I was talking to a friend who said, and I was telling her, I just don't feel like I'm accomplishing enough. I'm not doing, in 2 years, I should have accomplished more. And she said to me, really? Because where were you when you started 2 years ago? And when I really sat down and looked at where I was at the beginning to where I was at that moment, I realized that even when I felt like I wasn't moving forward, I had been moving forward. And they were just really teeny tiny steps. And even so, sometimes when we aren't aware of it, we're still making progress. And having these daily planners to go back to and look at where we were 6 months ago compared to now, or a month ago even, and to see the growth is so important, because it's being able to see that allows you to recognize it and acknowledge it, and then give yourself big credit for it, celebrate for it. I think it's so, so, so important. And honestly, that recognition of where I was to, that time frame of how much I'd actually grown, that recognition really started process of change in my business and of my believing my value in my business and what I bring to my customers and my clients. And I remember that so clearly because it was that up until that point, I didn't believe that I offered anything of value to my customers. I couldn't tell this person why they hired me. I couldn't, and I didn't think that anything I did was good enough. I was never satisfied, and I thought that they felt the same way. And of course, that rippled out in all kinds of ways because, I came to them with an apology for a success instead of a woohoo, look at what we did. I immediately went, well, yeah, it's great, but it's not good enough. Sorry, could have been better if you were hiring somebody else. How pathetic was that? So, of course, they immediately knew that I didn't value what I did. And it was at that point, 2 years after I started, that I realized how far I'd come, that I was able to start saying to myself and to others, wow, okay, I actually am good at what I do. And this planner, if you keep these pages and you save them, will help you to do that. If you have any of those sorts of limiting beliefs, any of those sorts of things going on in your head telling you that what you do isn't good enough or that you don't have value or that you can't charge more or that people aren't satisfied with your work, you can go back and see how far you've come. Now, the daily planner is not your to-do list. It is not the list, the 25 things, the 50 things you got to get done in a day. That's not what it is. What it is a reminder. So you date it, you write down those goals that you have. They can be your monthly goals, so the smaller compact goals, or they can be the big picture goal. You could also write down the 3-tier goals, the small, medium, and large. You could write those down. There's a space there for each one of those quadrants. And then, there's a space for the 4 things I need to do today to reach my goals. So that's one for each of those things. One thing for each of those things. So if your health and fitness goal for the month is to lose 2 pounds, let's say, reasonable weight loss. So what's the one thing I could do today to make that happen? Well, go to the gym. Could be that choice. Eat healthier. Eat less junk food than yesterday, right? And that's what we talked about yesterday, is how to frame that. So that's all I'm going to write down there. If all I have to do today is go to the gym to help me reach that goal, I'm going to do that. Now, you may write that every day of the week on the planner, but you may not, because last week you maybe went to the gym twice. So this week, maybe you're just going to try for 3. Just to exercise more than you did last week is the goal. Remember, we want to just do more this week than we did last week to move us towards our goals. So you're just going to write 4 things that you need to do to reach your goals. Now, if you're really in a big push around, let's say you're launching something in your business, then maybe you're going to put all 4 of those things are going to be business tasks. You could do that, but I wouldn't recommend doing that for very many days in a row because there's a real lack of balance there, right? And you're neglecting your personal goals, your health and fitness goals, your wealth goals. So you can do that for a short time, but you can't do it for very long because people, you're going to start burning out and you're going to start feeling that imbalance. And that's when you start feeling resentment and angry and frustrated because you're not taking care of the other things, and you need to take care of those other pieces in order for you to really achieve your business goals, because we are one being. And if we're in business for ourselves, that's part of our being. I believe this very strongly. So you can look back then, though, and go, oh, now I know why I'm feeling burnt out. Now I know why I'm grumpy with the kids. Now I know why I don't want to talk to anybody. For the last 4 days, all I've done is business goals, and I haven't taken care of anything else. Geez, I need a hot tub. I need a hot bath in the tub with some bubbles in quiet by myself. I need to meditate. I need 5 minutes to stretch, that sort of thing. So this also will help you to make sure that you're staying in touch with connecting with all of those 4 areas. So you're going to write down the 4 things that you need to do to reach your goals. 1 item per section, hopefully. And then people. Who can I reach out to help me achieve my goals? Well, do I need to ask somebody to go to the gym with me tonight because that accountability and I don't want to let them down will make sure that I go when I don't feel like it after, a day of working and a day of the kids and making supper. And all I want to do now is sit on the couch and have a glass of wine and relax. But I've called my friend Betty and she's expecting to meet me at the gym. So now I have an obligation. I'm going to do that. Do I have somebody that is interested in hiring me, but I haven't reached out to them for a while and I need to follow up with them? So this is just who can I reach out to that's going to help me achieve my goals? Not that they're going to do anything for you, but by reaching out to them, you're going to be moving closer to your goals. We fill this out every day. Now it may be the same names every day. You never know. Who am I waiting to hear back from that I should follow up with? So if you've got a contract out with somebody, if you've got, if you've given somebody a quote and you're waiting to hear back from them, if somebody has spoken to you and expressed interest, but you haven't followed up, then you want to put that in there. If you meant to speak to somebody about helping you create a healthier meal plan for yourself, then that's who you're going to put here. And then this part I touched on yesterday, ways that I will celebrate all my wins today. All of them, big or small. Okay? We're not just going to celebrate when we get to the goal, because the goal could be 6 months or 8 months out from now. How do you keep grinding every day on the tasks and the steps that you need to take to get to that goal and just head down working for 8 months without any fun or celebration? You can work indefinitely if you have fun and celebrate all the way through it. So today, if you go to the gym and it was a struggle to get there, but it was an effort and you got there, what are you going to do to celebrate that? I mean, even if it's just simply taking a couple of minutes and sitting in the car after the gym and taking a deep breath in and going, I did it. And that feels good. Even if you're hurt, even if you feel like crap, it feels good to have gone. I know I did something that was hard to do and I moved myself closer to my goal. You're acknowledging the effort. You're celebrating that you stuck with it. So even those little things, even if it was just, I didn't eat chips tonight, even if it was just, I went to bed an hour earlier, even if it was just that I picked up that phone and I called that person I was scared to talk to make an appointment. Whatever it is, put some things down that you're going to celebrate. I'm going to have a bubble bath. I'm going to whatever, little things. I'm going to have a glass of wine. If that's your celebration, that's fine. I'm going to call my mom. I'm going to snuggle with the dog. Those are celebrations. And if you may do that every day, but if you do it every day without consciously positioning it, and just, it's a habit. I'm going to have another glass of wine. I'm going to snuggle with the dog. Whoopee shit. Snuggling with the dog. It becomes the same begrudging obligation without joy. But if you take a moment and say, I am proud of myself. I'm going to snuggle with my dog. I love her so much. And you clear your mind and you move your mind to that dog and to the love that you feel for that dog, then it becomes a different experience. So that's what I'm trying to encourage you to do here. So that's today, the daily planner. If you've got any questions, just pop those in the chat box. I see some people are watching. I think Cindy and Michelle are still here. So if you've got questions about that process, let me know. If you do not have your planner yet, you can claim that at socialmediaminder.com/FB Made Easy. And that link is in the comments to start this. Now that is a link to my Facebook engagement challenge that starts on Monday. It's not the Facebook engagement challenge, excuse me. It's Facebook for Business Made Easy challenge that starts on Monday. And this is a free, fun 5-day challenge that is going to teach you how to create a client attraction magnet on your Facebook page. So you're going to learn how to use your Facebook page to position yourself as the authority and to lay the foundation for building your email list, for making sales, for getting new clients, for getting new customers. So this is foundational. If you have any intention of building a business that you can run from Facebook, from anywhere in the world, if you want to be a nomad and travel around and run your business, if you have a virtual service-based business, you could do it from Facebook for sure. So if you want to learn how to do that, you join us on the challenge, you get the tracker as a bonus to go with it. And then you join us on the challenge on Monday. It's going to be super easy. I'm not about making it hurt. So you're going to get an email every day from me. That email is going to have a lesson for you around Facebook marketing that will make things easier for you to get more clients and customers on Facebook if you follow these steps on a regular, consistent basis. Then there'll be a live stream every day, and there will be a conversation thread in the group, the Badass Facebook Marketing Club. So make sure you join the group so that you can be part of that conversation thread, so that you can, share with other people. There's 1,500 people in this group. Not all of them are participating in the challenge, but a good bunch of them are. So make sure that you join the group so you can participate. Okay? And that's it for us today. Thank you for being here. We're going to be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're talking about how we're going to take all of these plans and goals and activities and turn them into Facebook content and tracking your results. So tomorrow's going to be about planning for using Facebook. And then Monday, we're going to jump right into the challenge. So come back tomorrow. You can watch this video again, claim your planner, join the challenge, and we will see you tomorrow at 8:30 Pacific on my page. And until then, I'll see you on Facebook.